Hey, gang. I got to. All right. So today is my day off from my 9 to 5. But Wayland Enterprises, as CEO and owner of Wayland Enterprises, I did not get a day off. All right. Also, as a homeowner, you don't get a day off. So right now we're getting ready to go pick up my maintenance guy. I got a personal project to do, and then I got to go over with a company project with him to see how we can get this accomplished fast, as cheap as possible, but quality work. And I believe I got the right guy. Okay, I believe I got the right guy to do it. All right, and I'm being rude. My son's in the car with me. Say hello, son.
Hi guys, what's up?
All right, so I'm gonna give you all a little glimpse at the weather out here. My snowman's gone from the front of my truck, so you all can see the road now. From what I was told, there was a lot of well, I don't say a lot, but there's quite a few accidents. One happened outside of Bardstown, from what I understand, in Nelson County. We're supposed to get some snow. We're supposed to get some more snow. That's what happens when your mind works faster than your mouth. Put two words together. And that's hard to believe that my mind works faster than my mouth, because my mouth works pretty fast. But anyway, yeah, we're supposed to get some more snow. So, just want you guys to see what we got going on here. See what you guys think. So, talked to Jeremy yesterday. They're on their way to Pigeon Forge.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll stay in the cabin. We got invited, but I can't go. We just come from Lexington. Cash reserves were kind of low. Welcome, you guys. Come on in, have a seat. Might be very much commentary today. I just thought I'd give you guys a glimpse of what's going on with the Kentucky weather. We had a heavy snowfall yesterday. I'd say we got every bit of 3 inches yesterday, if not more. But then it turned into rain, and the temperature's up to 36, so now it's melting. So it's almost like it never really happened. Let's see who we got here. Right, hello, Louisville in the house. Tennessee in the house. So I am in the Elizabethtown, Kentucky area. Smash those likes, guys. Share the video. No, I'm actually I'm not that far from Grayson County right now, but I'm headed towards Elizabethtown, so of course I'm getting further away. Grayson's west of us. Please keep it coming. Keep the conversation going. Thanks for the like. Flood. Water standing everywhere. Old Litchfield, Caneyville. Yeah. Yeah, one of my best friends lives in Litchfield. It's been down there for a minute now. This is pretty country, though. Really enjoy living out here. And that tree fell on. You see where the tree twisted off?
The large trees.
Yeah. Well, when we was going to Lexington the other day, there was all kinds of trees down. Let's see what we got here. We didn't get much snow, much in Lexington. Okay. I didn't know you was in Lexington. We was just up there. Good morning, cuz. You doing okay today? That's your cousin right there. So, didn't get very much snow in Lexington. Okay.
That's crazy.
That is. I know it's been raining a lot up there, though, because when we was up there this weekend, it was just,
Raining.
yeah, it was just steady rain. Move some of that stuff over back there so they can sit down. Just move it over for him when you get a chance. You don't have to do it right now. I know he's gonna get it on that side.
This works.
Yes. Okay. All right. Remember that, son. If you're up to it, and if you're not, I understand, but if you're up to it, I'm going to try to get up there and pay you a visit. And I'm not saying that just to be saying it, I mean it. Got all my social media. All right, great. You got all my social media contacts, so I will let you know. I won't pop it, but I'll let you know when I'm coming, and we'll try to make a day of it. I might even load old mama up in there with me and bring her on. Thank you guys for the likes. Like I said, come on in and sit down with us. Just taking it. It's not I sure will. I'll make sure. So this is like I was saying earlier, this is not a casual drive. We're actually on our way to pick up a guy you seen before. He's been on the program before, and we're to pick him up and bring him back to the house so we can discuss some business. And I got a project that I need help with personally, so he is going to help me with that. I thought that was your honey. But I'm so glad that you guys tuned in. I know I come on sporadically sometimes, but I'm glad that you guys take the time to tune in with me. That means a lot. I'm just like, every time I get in the car now, I want to get on the live. I look forward to it. Wednesday, February 12th. Good morning. If y'all see this guy right here, super black dude, he's got a channel, check it out. If you're into sci-fi and the superhero genre of movies and television shows, he posts content about that. He does little shorts and stuff like that, so just check him out. Pretty entertaining. Super black dude. Pretty entertaining. And you might see yours truly on one of those episodes, maybe two. I'll have to check these brakes. Somebody told them to check them. They said they looked okay, but I'm just not stopping as quickly as I want to be. I'm gonna get a little bit more comfortable in my slowing up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about?
I think I do.
All right, you guys. So I'm gonna bring you back to me. Let you look at me for a little while. Trying to preserve my business partner's privacy. So I hope it's okay. I hope I'm not scaring anybody. Shut up, boy. Shoot. There we go. Well, we might have to stop by the hardware store. I don't know. I think he said said he's got some of the stuff. So I like to have at least 2 or 3 brackets on there so we won't move again. That little bracket that somebody else put on there before, it wasn't made of nothing. That thing broke. Which I'm sure it broke because people like the leaning on it. You don't listen. Huh? This is one of his job sites. So he's actually doing a project for somebody and they're allowing him to stay until the project's finished. As a matter of fact, that's the project.
Mm-hmm. I thought so.
It's a sunroom. So they got a jacuzzi right there. It's gonna be a room mainly of windows. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
There he is. What's going on there, young man? I'm on live right now, so I'm sorry to spring it on you.
Sorry about all that.
Oh, man. How's the project coming?
Oh, well, that one's on hold just for a minute, not on my part, but materials.
Gotcha.
They're kind of what specific materials and stuff, and around the way they're in town, so.
Gotta wait for them to ship them in?
Wait for them to ship them in, or I think they're looking on Facebook too, trying to start the deal somewhere in there.
Oh, okay.
We'll see. But I'm just gonna keep really close. I mean, as you see, it's pretty much ready for the siding,
right?
Windows, and then get the inspector out.
So, is there any drywalling going in that?
No.
Okay.
They're going to do party back siding.
So you're pretty much done.
Yeah, I'm pretty much done.
So did you get the wiring and stuff done too?
They're not going with any wiring in there, so.
Okay.
Not no issues I gotta do because they already got a plug outlet that's on the inside of that.
Right.
That was the outdoor plug outlet.
Right.
Anyways.
Right. I thought maybe they might put a ceiling fan or something in there.
Well, they might do that later on.
Okay.
As far as me here now,
Yes.
they're not wanting none of that.
That's good. It looks like it's gonna be a nice room, man. I can't wait to finish it.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I can't wait till you finish it.
Well, when you say it like that, I can't wait till you finish it
Yeah,
Sure.
you get it done. You gotta let me know if they don't mind. I like to come out and just look at it.
Oh yeah, they definitely will. They're the type of people, they love to show off things. Like
Okay.
That's why they like getting things like that, because they was the talk of the old neighborhood when it come to that barn.
So the newness died down. We gotta do something new.
Yeah,
Huh?
they're gonna build a whole sunroom on the back of the house. They're trying to keep up with that doctor that moved in a little down the road.
Oh.
He pretty much took everything out of the house, gutted the entire thing.
Really?
Built an entire basement underneath, concreted that all.
What?
Yeah, he overhauled the entire thing. I mean, it's pretty rare you ever see a house redone that much.
Right.
Especially all the way down to building a new basement foundation.
He put a basement underneath the house.
Yep.
I
And
bet
then
you that costed him some money.
Built more additions and added a little more space on the second story too.
Oh my gosh.
And he had Paul Davis there, a couple other different contract companies, and
So how would you go about putting a basement underneath an existing home?
it's not easy, but I mean you've got to do a lot of jacking up, bracing, framing.
Right.
You've got to do a lot of prep work to get to that point, and then the digging. I'm sure they probably got one of those trailer excavators. It's just like a little trailer hookup.
Yeah.
Get about 3 or 4 guys on it, pick it up, take it down there, and then it's got legs that'll plant down, then you dig with it. So I'd assume that's probably how they dug it. I mean, that's how I would have dug it if I was them.
I'm sure they have an outside entrance too.
Well, no.
He don't have an outside entrance?
No, we sure don't. All the reason I know he don't is because when the concrete truck came, they had to go into the front door.
Oh, wow. Wow.
If it weren't for that, and I know I might be up there, but no, they sealed that baby in. So I don't necessarily disagree with that idea because if you have a walk-in, you're gonna have a leak at some point.
Gotcha.
So if you don't have a walk-in, it's all sealed in. You don't have any points where any concrete's not touching each
Right.
other.
Right.
You know, you're not gonna have any foundation problems ever. And to the fact that it was pre-existing foundation they took down to the probably was the best idea on that one anyway.
Right. Okay. Wow. I've never heard of that. That's something, as my mother would say, that's something new on me.
I got one for you too. I don't know if I've told you this before or not, but it's a good story for live, even if not.
Okay.
So down in Marion County, Kentucky,
Yeah.
we went down there and there was a fella, his last, can't remember his last name off the top of my head, but his first name was Reggie.
Uh-huh.
Done some work for him. Remember that house I pointed out in Hodgeville that I did the roof on?
Yeah.
Same feller,
Okay.
but he started trying to do some property management things, and then he just really wasn't good with his money, and it failed first project. And we didn't get done with the project. He didn't have enough money to pay me none of it.
Oh, my
that,
gosh.
That went kaput. But anyway, what we did in Marion County is we literally cut the whole entire roof,
Uh-huh.
disconnected it from the walls,
Okay.
added framing, jacked up the entire roof, 8 foot. Well, 8 foot and some change.
Yeah.
Gotta have your top plate and bottom plates.
Right.
And then built walls and set the roof down on top of that. Locked
And
it
had a
in.
second story.
Had a second story.
Oh, my gosh.
Actually, a third story for that.
Oh, it was a third story.
Yeah, it was a third story in their house.
So how did the staircase work?
We built another one.
No shit.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, well, I mean, it ain't nothing to frame stuff out once you got it good.
Well, that's true. That's true.
That's all it is frame work and then finish work. So if you've already got it busted open, then you just got to do finish work. Might as well bust everything open.
Oh, wow.
Because if you're replacing 2 foot of drywall
Right.
or 8 foot of drywall, you still got to buy an 8 foot piece of drywall. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
So might as well just go ahead and take the whole square 8 foot piece and just slap it on up there.
Come on.
That's what I did, Jeremy. Took
Ugh.
the whole 8 foot piece and just put on a whole new one. Even though really we probably only need like 4 to 6 foot of it, but
Ooh.
you got 8, might as well slap it up in there.
Speaking of Jeremy, he's gone on vacation.
Is he?
Yeah. Yeah.
Lucky, lucky.
Yeah, him and his brother and their spouses. So
Did you take his bike with him?
no, he didn't take his bike. I asked him that. I said, you gonna ride? He said, no. He said, we're gonna drive down there. So I told
Well, it
him.
was a very valid question. 'Cause that was
Yes.
the first question I had to ask you.
Right.
Figured as much time as he spent working on it.
Man, I know he's
Gotta get down
itching.
on it.
Yes. Absolutely. I know he's wanting to get that thing out there.
Jeremy's got me wanting me to get one this summer because I'm going to have the money. I got a couple different jobs that's going to be paying in because one
Right.
I did like a year and a half ago.
Right.
So I got paid on because it was a house and sale process, but now it's selling, so I'm going to get the money off that.
Hell yeah.
Plus the money off this job, and then they got another couple things they want to do. You got some stuff you want to do.
Yes. Yeah.
Josh Braden, he needs a roof put on, so this summer I'll have the money for a motorcycle.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Just because Jeremy got one of them. I'm gonna ride with him, man. I'm pretty picky with people, you know. I'm not gonna go riding with a bunch of people my age or something like that, because you know, I mean, I've seen them literally be going 30, 45 miles an hour,
Right.
and flip their bike over and bounce it like this and catch on fire.
Ah.
You know, I don't want to be riding in near them.
Yeah, I don't want no part of
I
that.
think Jeremy might know what he's doing on the bike, so
All right, I'm going in. Y'all want something to drink?
I don't know. I appreciate it.
You want something to drink, boy?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
good. I appreciate it.
No problem. You ain't gonna ask me? Hey, Dad, you want something to drink?
Hey, Dad, you getting some drink?
So how's things been going for you?
Oh gosh, it's been fine, but kind of crazy a little bit.
Yeah?
Yeah, It's fun because I have somebody threaten me the other day.
Lord have mercy. See, that one gets under my skin when people want to threaten people, especially for no reason. I get it a lot.
Yeah.
I'm online and I'm always in activist groups and stuff like that. So somebody's always threatening me, but I always say there ain't no need none of that either,
For real, like, I
It's
didn't
just
even,
people trying to get along
and he's an older fella, so, and like I said, he's trying to threaten me, so, trying to basically scare me away for no reason. But besides all that, I'm doing pretty good.
Well, offline we can talk about it a little more. That's all I'll say there. But yeah, it's sometimes, well, not sometimes, almost every single time, when somebody's got hate in their heart and they're trying to do something, tell somebody something or be forceful with them, most times it's because they hate themselves for whatever they're pointing fingers. That's the honest truth. And usually the easiest way to get them back, and sometimes, don't get me wrong, it'll make them madder, so it's not always the best choice.
Yeah.
But if you literally say what they just got done saying and say, now I'm going to take my guess here and gander and say that you're probably blah, 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 and then name off the stuff they named off about you, and then just give it to them and say, well, I'm assuming all this because of your insecurities about me. Oh, they lose it every time.
Yeah.
Because bullies, that's all it is it's just insecurities. I mean, in all actuality, whatever it was about you that made him insecure, to the point he wants to threaten you, it's messed up, but it's usually what it boils down to, a lot of insecurity.
Yeah. But yeah, besides all that, I'm here, doing
good.
pretty good.
I don't think she had people locked up, wrapped around, somebody saying this, and because the amount of people in this world who actually do anything. That's a funny question. Really smart.
Yeah.
Most people are all barking. Especially the ones barking. That's the ones that are all barking. The ones that don't say nothing and they're real quiet, that's the ones you gotta be scared of.
Yes.
They might actually go off the deep end. But if they're barking, they ain't about nothing. They're just hoping that you don't fall out of theirs. I've been kicked out of 4 schools during grade school time. Then I got homeschooled all throughout middle school because of how many times I got kicked out of all the grade schools. And then I got put in high school, and I was one fight away from not being able to graduate from there too.
For real?
Oh yeah. Every single one of the schools I was kicked out of was one fighting. And it was to the point where, good thing was my dad was a roofer.
Yeah.
So we was able to move around different towns and stuff, but I've jumped all over Kentucky, Indiana, some of Tennessee.
Oh wow.
Just because of schooling reasons, mainly. A little bit for my dad's work, but for the most part, I can't lie. It was a lot of my fault while we didn't move around.
Yeah.
And it was me not having the patience to just say whatever. This person is just, insecure about themselves and stuff. That's all it was, just a bunch of bullies. I wasn't the bully. I didn't, go around bullying nobody. It's just, I was also the short guy. And, so I got picked on more than just about anybody. Every time I moved schools until I went to about 4 or 5 of them. And they go to hospital all crying and bleeding and broken bones. And then I get kicked out of that school. And so it was all for nothing for me showing how big and bad I was. I got kicked out of the school. I was trying to take up. Sometimes it wasn't even taking up for me. Sometimes it was just somebody else, random innocent. They just didn't sit right with me. And I'd go up and hit them. I put it out here. I remember one time I went to the bathroom. This was first grade.
Dang.
There was this one dude. I don't know. He was always messing with people. He had a Zippo. He, liked people, and he'd always have some mean comments, smack people's food out, steal people's food at lunchtime. Like, he was just a mean little person, right? I seen him in the bathroom one day, and I just took something licks, and I went in there and checked him in the leg and beat him up. I got kicked out of that school right after this fight.
Dang.
And that was my 3rd fight in that school, and that was first grade.
Damn.
I got kicked out of the school. And then got homeschooled middle school. And I was one fight away from getting kicked out of Central. And you know it's pretty hard to get kicked out of Central.
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean, they got a whole entire little shop class that everybody fights in. And I was yet still one fight away from getting kicked. They didn't let me walk the line, don't try and do none of that. I know that much. Nope. The moral of that story is bullies ain't worth the time that, you know, they're gonna cost you really.
Yeah.
They're not.
When all it is insecurities, ain't it, Tim?
That's it. Uh-oh.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I guess he's gonna let her pump her gas.
Well, cops are behind me. I'm gonna act like I was getting diesel.
Wow.
A lot of cops went out, and why she's still pumping diesel, who knows?
Who knows?
Also, not gonna figure out what I'm doing.
No.
You know, there's one particular EPD cop that I've never got along with.
Really?
Yeah, he was somebody that used to be around Central, and I guess he deemed me a troublemaker in Central for fights.
Yeah.
And then see me out in public, and dudes started harassing me all the time.
Really?
Wow.
I found out where he lived and harassed him back. You might have a
Damn,
badge
man.
and uniform, but everybody's got an off time. I've dealt with every form of bully there is to deal with. And you know the thing was about that cop is I say what name is whatever, you know, I'm not gonna give his names out, but Officer McMillan,
Uh-huh.
he was one of those ones that's definitely picked on at school.
Oh, yeah.
And then he got a little bad
Mhm.
and thought he was this, that, and the other. Well, you know what? You might be, but your wife, your kids, everybody home, well, all of this not. They don't got one badge and all
Right.
that on them. You can't run around and harass people 24/7. If
No.
I have something better, come back home.
Yeah, and that's usually most people, man. They get a little position of authority. If they've been that kid that wasn't popular or got bullied, they become the bully.
Yep.
I mean, you see that in the corporate world also. You could tell.
It's majorly in the corporate
Yeah,
world. I
you can
think. I mean,
tell.
it's more there so than anywhere, really. I mean, that's where they all get this childish, like, narcissistic.
Yes. Yeah.
Because although in all actuality, I think it's just narcissistic tendencies. In my mind, it looks childish to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? So whenever it starts getting like that, I'm like, all right, children.
Right. You know, ain't that it?
It is.
And the higher you go, the more it is. I mean, I could just tell. I mean, some of them, they'll even look at you like, why are you even talking to me?
Literally.
You know, like they're better.
Yeah.
Just because you got a little title.
Knowing dang good well you can go to Saudi Arabia and find 100 dudes out there that are way richer than that guy is.
Yes, absolutely.
And millionaires out there riding around in Ferraris and such.
Well-
Doing nothing all the time.
What's the old saying? They call them new money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the old money don't give a damn about the new money.
It sure don't. And it goes to show too, because new money always got that attitude.
Yep.
Old money's always got that class behind it.
Yeah, and they don't draw attention to themselves.
They sure don't. As a matter of fact, they do as look most as they can to not. I mean, look at, what's his name? The guy who did John Wick.
Oh, Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves. Look at his lifestyle. I mean, he's probably one of the most humble billionaires that's out there.
Yeah.
I mean, he don't. He gives almost all his money to charities that he makes off movies. A year.
Right.
1 or 2 movies a year, he'll give the entire thing to charities.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
He's got a huge amount of money he's giving out, and then, you know, he lives just a normal little lifestyle, got an apartment. You know, he ain't nothing super fancy. But I respect that kind of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's got some class to him. He's not just a little jackass.
All right, thank you guys for joining us, sticking around.
They jump from one side to the other with this conversation.
That's what we do when we get banned and in the car with us.
Just gotta hang along for a wild ride. Never know what's gonna happen.
Talk about everything. So, yeah, I try not to get on my soapbox whenever I'm talking about the corporate world. It just it's about half depressing.
Sometimes though, I feel like there's not enough awareness out there for it though.
Yeah,
So it's
but I'll start talking about my personal issues, and then next thing you know, I won't have a job or I'll get sued.
Well,
So
yeah, that's true. Did you watch the Super Bowl on that note?
I did not. I watched the halftime show.
Well, that's really all I was talking about.
Yes, I did see the halftime show.
I brought that up before you ever even said it.
Yeah. Absolutely. I remember, I just know for a fact that I ain't gonna say I know for a fact. I have a feeling that I work for a company that would sue the shit out of me if I were to have anything negative to say. And I didn't have evidence to back it up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which, if you're watching, I do have evidence to back it up. But I'll keep it to myself.
Fair enough. Yeah, I guess, I don't know, that's kind of one of the problems I've had with when I was working quality checks in factories.
Right.
Is they did a lot of dirty things to me, and really I was just kind of young and dumb, and I didn't get the grip on it.
Right.
I'm sure I might have could have went digging to get it on that, but I just said whatever went on with my day. But it was one of those things. I mean, corporate dangling carrots.
Oh, and that's all they do. And then they put on this persona to the world that they give a damn, and they're doing so much for their employees when they in actuality all they're giving us is crumbs,
Yeah.
and they don't give two shits. Because I'm telling you, if rumors are true and this administration does away with OSHA, how many companies do you feel will repeal the OSHA standards in their companies?
Right.
How many companies do you know that will say, oh, you have to buy your own PPE now? And if you don't buy it, you can still work without it. But if something were to happen to you, we got you signing this agreement saying you are not going to come back and sue us because we told you you had to have it. There is one piece of protective equipment that I have to wear that is in the thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Well, I can't afford that,
Yeah.
you know. And then, to be fair to the other side of the group there, or the other side of the room, I mean, they with the cheapest protection that they possibly could just to get past that standard, you know.
Yeah.
But I also like to thank 970C for fighting for us and making sure that they hold their feet to the fire. So, I mean, I am a big advocate of labor unions. I know a lot of people aren't,
Yeah.
but I have been part of two, and I've seen some stuff that went on that if we didn't have a labor union, we would have been screwed.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I ain't gonna lie to you, I don't work for unions anymore. But for personal reasons, sort of.
Right. And I
They
actually
just
love
don't
this.
work out too well for me in a union. We usually end up working against me.
Really? So tell me your side, because I want that. I want the two contracting sides here.
So my biggest part is one of them was Stuckey's when I was there.
Uh-huh.
Another one was in Dana. But
Yes.
and Dana was not a good one either. But
Yeah, I worked at Dana's.
that one's a rough one, ain't it?
Yeah, it's not as good as the one for. Let me go on and say UAW at Matulsa is not as good as the one that Ford uses.
Oh yeah, 100%.
UAW and Matulsa does not do the same things they do for Ford.
They sure do not.
Now, I've witnessed it myself, firsthand. So I'll say
You'll
that.
still be paying all the same things.
Yes.
And at first, you will be fooled into thinking that you're getting all these things.
Uh-huh.
So you can step into a booby trap for one, but that's not even my main thing. The main thing for me is I'm paying a lot of money, and then they want to go by the books too much sometimes, to the point where you can't get anything done.
Uh-huh.
And then you're behind on your part, and then you're working harder for the rest of the week because your very beginning will start off so low.
Right.
And that's kind of something that I've run into with both of them. Is feet dragging, paperwork, BS, you know, and it's
Uh-huh.
time off work. You know, I don't got time to get some time off work and stuff. So, I don't know. They just don't work out for me, so I stopped working for unions a long time ago. I do much better just on my own, watching out for my own P's and Q's. A little CMA goes a long way.
Yeah. Cover your own ass, that's for sure. All right, so my contrast to that is I've worked at 2 different unions. One was UAW, the other one is the Food and Chemical. And one,
Enough food and chemical, yeah.
the one thing that I've had people come and tell me that pretty much the same thing you have about unions. They don't feel like they're doing anything for them, and I tell them one thing. The one thing that a union will do is when you've got your wages locked into a contract, there is no way a company can come in and lower your wages without negotiating. Number 2, if you have it locked into where so for instance, let's just say if you're going to start your labor union, one of the first things you definitely want to do is ensure that you have job security.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you do that? Well, you tie your job security into their profits somehow. And make sure that they cannot come in and just lay off union members without it hurting them in some way.
Right.
So they're gonna have to come up with creative ways to save money other than we're just gonna lay people off.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So things that I've dealt with, I ain't gonna say which union, but some of the things that I've dealt with is that they're not willing to lay off a certain demographic of people to get to me. So that creates job security for me. So that's the 2 things that I am most interested in, is keeping the wage or continually to increase my wage, but also getting job security. Because at another factory that I worked at, they come in, they decide they was gonna cut jobs, it's gone. Other factories that I worked at under a union, not so much.
I kind of get fired regardless. They don't have nothing that's going to stop me from getting fired.
I said laid off, man.
They'll straight fire. No, look, this happened at A. Stuckey's. They fired the entire factory. They find different loopholes and different ways.
Oh, absolutely, but they have to go to the extreme. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's true.
They got to go to the extreme. I mean, at the end of the day, if you got to lay off your whole factory, that interrupts your production.
Yeah.
You know, so it's got to hit you. It's going to hit your bottom dollar.
Yeah.
You know, I know one time I was told that the way, because I was a union steward, and I was told that the only way that I could get laid off is if they did away with the whole department, the whole shift in that department.
Right.
Well, they did away with the whole shift in that department, but the only reason why they did that is because it was affecting their bottom dollar. So they just didn't pick and choose who they wanted to get. They had to do that.
Right.
Okay, that's fine. But it took them a minute because they actually had 3 rounds of layoffs before they even got to me.
Right.
Now, I'm dealing with, well, I'm not dealing, I had dealt with another situation where they have to lay off a whole bunch of other people that will definitely, these people are intricate to their survival. And if they lay them off to get to me, it's definitely going to affect their dollar.
Right.
So they're not willing to do that. They will actually lay off. They actually have people that the companies that I have worked for have went and laid off salary before they come to the floor.
Yeah.
And I don't want to see anybody lose their job. But when you leave your protection of the union, that's where you leave yourself vulnerable. And that's the way I look at that one. But
I've never really had out of non-union jobs. I'll be honest with you. I've never got fired. Ever.
really,
Yep.
I've never been fired, and I've had both.
I have been fired from union.
I've been laid off.
I got fired at their A Stuckies. They pretty much wiped the whole factory out of there. I think they had maybe a couple supervisors left, and that was it.
Yeah.
But any other job, I mean, I work. My work keeps me employed.
Hey. So what do you think about it, young man? You're on the neutral side. What do you think? If you heard this argument here, which one would you pick, a non-union or a union job? Also, I'm a little biased because I am on the board at the union that I'm working at now. I've always been active in the union because I don't, and please, anybody who's watching, that's, you know who that is. Please, anybody who's watching that might have worked with me or working with me, this is no slap in the face or a jab at you. I've told everyone this that knows me. I don't trust anybody handling my fate. I'll handle my own fate. So I can't bitch, moan, and complain if I'm not active. I want to see what's going on. I want to be able to dictate the outcome.
So I have a question off that.
Yeah.
Would you just willingly trust any union?
No.
See, that's my problem. I can't. It's hard to get in with the union. You know, as far as like where your position is and stuff. It's really hard to get to that point. So, you know, I mean, for people my age, it's, you know, that you're not gonna know anything that the union's actually talking about or doing. You just kind of go to the meeting. They tell you like, wear your PPE and go back to the line.
But that's where I get in. I get in as a union steward, where I help enforce contracts. First of all, what people don't understand is when you become a member of a union, and people keep saying the union, you are the union. Your board is your elected officials. They are your servants.
Yeah, you got representatives. Basically.
Yes. So first of all, you got to read and understand your contract. Then also you got to understand when you end up in situations, let's just say, for instance, you've been at a job for 5 years and you've been part of a contract ratification process. And you vote however you voted, just like the democratic process, the democracy that we're supposed to have.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So you're looking at, okay, so I'm going to vote in this contract. I'm going to vote yes on this contract. But this contract does not work for you. Whose fault is that? It's not the board's fault. Membership voted that contract in. It's not even the company's fault. When the membership votes that contract in, that's what you say, these are the guidelines and policies that I'm willing to work by. So when they don't work for you, it's your fault. And that's something that people don't understand. They're so quick to point the finger at everybody else. Start looking at yourself. So, you know, that's the way I look at it. So when I try to get on the board, or if I'm looking at my elected officials, I'm not pointing a finger at nobody, but I'm just like, okay, for instance, let's just say you run into somebody, you know that they're just on the board just for themselves.
Yeah.
That's the person I'm gonna run against.
Yeah.
Well, we just be honest with
He's
you.
gonna have the weakest
Yes,
argument.
yeah, because
weakest spot.
if I can see it, I know other people can see it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna run against them. I pray that I win. Let's say I win. All right. I go in thinking that I am representing not just myself, but everybody. And I've said this time and time again, that if everybody is a servant, everybody gets served. So, and that's the way you got to think about a union is I'm going into this thing, I'm going to serve everybody. And if everybody, people don't understand the root word, union, unity. It's not just about you. It's not just about you getting your $2 and $3 on the hour. Did everybody get their $2 and $3 on the hour? Last contract ratification we had, 85% of the people voted yes. 35%, not 35, I'm sorry, but 15% of the people voted no. But when you turn around and then you look at it, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. 85% of the people benefited from the contract, 15% didn't. The yes and no vote almost mirrored that.
Mm-hmm.
So they went to show me that you didn't give a damn if I only got 17 cents more on the hour for that year. You was worried about yourself. And if anybody takes offense to that, I'm sorry, but that's what it is. That's what it is.
Gotta let them know on their chat.
Yes. All they gave a damn about was themselves. Whoever voted yes on that contract didn't give a shit about the people who didn't get what they got. And some of those people that voted yes were the same people who helped me negotiate that contract.
Yeah.
Some of the same people turned around and said they weren't going to influence the vote, went behind our backs and influenced the vote. And then their husbands got hired.
And you're at the mercy of whatever they choose to do there. That's the rough part.
It is.
So I mean, whether it swings your way or not your